Yes, guys, this is Raheem for Be Real Boxing. I'm here with Eddie Hearn. How you doing, Eddie?
You look like you were rapping there. Yo, what's up? This is Raheem from Be Real Boxing. What's up? You know, do you do a little bit of rapping?
No, whatsoever.
No.
Welcome to Birmingham, New Eddie.
Coogan's not happy. You got the first interview. This is the new Coogan Cassius.
Anyway, how is it to be in Birmingham and finally you signed Frankie Gavin, a boxer from Birmingham who's renowned in the world. He did lose against Leonard Bundu, and now he's coming back with Frank. He did come back with Frank Warren with another fight at Wolverhampton. Now he's with Eddie Hearn. How is it to have him on the card?
It's great. Listen, I've been looking for an excuse to come here for a long time. I've always said we need a headline act. You know, this was before we got Matthew Macklin on our books and obviously boxed in Dublin. So now we're here. May the 9th, there'll be a huge show at the NIA and we can't wait. You know, I feel like as a business, the NIA and Birmingham offers a great opportunity, and for the sport it offers a great opportunity, because you've only got to look back at the great nights that were had in Birmingham years and years ago. I mean, Matchroom were here very often, and it's great to be back, and I think now's the right time.
How did you come about signing Frankie Gavin?
We had an approach from him and said that he was a free agent, and we had a meeting and it was done. It took probably half an hour in a meeting. He knew where he wanted to be. He wanted to box on Sky Sports, and with our platform, and it's great to see so many broadcasters getting involved with boxing at the moment. But what we have is 22 shows a year, which really gives us the chance for our stable to grow and develop their career as best we can.
Right. You also got Matthew Macklin on the show. Just talk us through that as well.
Yeah, he boxed in Ireland, and obviously he faced a defeat out there. Thought about what he was going to do, and feels like he's still got the fire in the belly to come back. He'll box on this card here, and then I feel I can set up a big fight for him in America. So, I think the opportunity came up in Birmingham, and he would love to box here. So, Macklin will box on the bill on May 9th as well.
Have you got any possible opponents named for him?
Yeah, listen, Branko is the mandatory challenger. Frankie's the mandatory challenger for Branko, who's a European champion. So that's the natural fight for him. Cal Yafai, I'm really looking to move on now for world title honours. I want him to fight for a world title this year. Sam Eggington's got a really tough fight in Hull on March the 7th first against Singleton. It's just going to be a mad card, and so many other local fighters to be added to the bill as well.
I was actually watching Kyle Yafai with Spacino yesterday. The way he never lost no plan in his head. He continued boxing. He did knock the guy out a few times. He carried on boxing, so he does look a good potential.
Yeah, the Brasino fight was a great fight for him, because everyone else had really stood up to his power, and basically Brasino took him the full 12, and it was a good learning curve. They're the kind of fights you need when you go into a world title fight, and I think realistically 2 more fights and Yafai will be ready for a world title.
Are you going down the IBF route?
Maybe. I think we've been in talks with a WBA champion as well. I think really just the fastest route. When you're at Superfly, you don't really have that many options of who to fight. So I think you've got to make sure you get out there and take your chances. And I think we can present that chance to Cal this year.
Also, not forgetting his brother Gamal Yafai. What possible opponents are looking for him?
Yeah, still early days for Gamal. Obviously, still learning. He's had a great start. Had a little injury in September. He'll be back in Hull on March the 7th. I think by the time this comes around, we can be looking at area and national titles for him. He's got a huge future. And I said, in the press conference, I don't think these guys really realise yet that this is really a great opportunity for Brum fighters, because they can grow with us in Birmingham and bring huge fights here to the city.
Right, you also got a show in London on Saturday. Could you just talk us through that and the fights that are happening? That's
a great show. Obviously we lost Anthony Joshua, but the 4 fights that we got on there, you got John Wayne Hibbert against Tyler Goodjohn, it's a total 50-50. Got Ricky Boylan against Tommy Martin for the English title, total 50-50. You've got John Ryder against Billy Godoy, it's a great fight. You've got Kevin Mitchell against Estrada, which again is a 50-50 fight. You've got Marquez over Estrada, that's a final eliminator for the WBC. You've got Isaac Chamberlain making his debut, you've got the GB Podium squad, Charlie Edwards making his debut. It's an absolute rammed card on Saturday.
What fight are you looking most forward to?
Probably the 2 domestic clashes between Boylan and Martin, and Hibbert and Goodjohn. Can't wait for them. And I really don't know who's going to win.
All right, how have the Cal Brook ticket sales gone so far?
Really good. We've done about 6,000 so far, so probably about another 4 to go. Probably expecting them to be done, if not this week, probably next. We haven't really given the fighters many tickets yet, because we've still got quite a few fighters to announce on that card, so that'll be a sellout for sure, and I can't wait for that card. Obviously Frankie Gavin added to the bill as well.
All right, there's been a lot of speculation, talk about Ricky Byrne, what's going on with his career as well.
Yeah, it's frustrating because he was due to box on March the 28th on Frot Chavez, and now it'll be in April. So
That was the big.
yeah, but it's not my fight. So it's I feel like I shouldn't really be announcing his fights when the promoter hasn't even announced the show yet. So he'll be out in April, and it's a really big fight.
The real big fight will be in the UK or back out in America again.
He'll be out in America. Yeah.
So the Wembley shows, have you got any Wembley shows available coming soon in May? Somewhere?
We got the June date that we originally held. There's another opportunity in August. It's got to be the right fight. Everybody talks about a Wembley fight. We're the only ones that have done it. So, there is definite opportunities at Wembley, and I think something will happen big there in the future.
There's also Amir Khan and Cal Brook in line. I did speak to Cal Brook. He goes, Amir, if he wants to fight, Amir, you don't want to talk about it really that much anymore.
The thing is now is that Amir seems to be doing a lot of talking about Kell Brook, which is nice. Listen, they're two great fighters. It's just a great fight, and I hope it gets made. We talk so much about it, but we talk so much about it because everybody wants to see it.
What other fight except Amir Khan and Cal Brook could happen in Wembley?
I think Groves De Gale, maybe, for a world title. I think Khan against Mayweather, Khan against Pacquiao, but that's just not going to happen at Wembley. I think De Gale against Froch, maybe. Froch against Golovkin, maybe. It's got to be the right fight and the right timing.
Amir Khan was talking about Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan happening in Wembley because Pacquiao was in London. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's a great fight. I don't think it'll happen at Wembley, and obviously we've got a big relationship with the Wembley guys, and I think they'll speak to us about whether that's possible. I don't think it'll happen because of the HBO box office. It will need to be at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, which is 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning in Wembley, and that's not happening. So
what fight do you think Mayweather will be happening in May?
I still think Pacquiao's the front runner for Mayweather. I think the Cotto fight is still interesting. Who knows? But they've got to move quickly. They're under pressure now.
Any news you could have be real boxing? What's going on in Matchroom?
No, only that. Obviously, this was a big signing for us today, and 2 or 3 big signings coming over the next couple of weeks.
Right, thank you for giving me your time to be real boxing, Eddie.